This week's Piltch Point with Avram Piltch is proudly powered by Newegg. Whether you're building a new PC or upgrading an existing one, Newegg is the place to get components. From processors and video cards to cases, motherboards, and even some kind of oddball components and pieces that you wouldn't think of, like a portable air conditioner, which is one of Newegg's daily deals, which is a really cool option that they give you. You can see all the daily deals and find the components that fit your needs by going to pilchpoint.live/Newegg. So, Avram, what have you got for us this week?
Well, I have a question for you.
Okay.
Question for the audience too. Do you like dark mode on your apps, on your phone, on your computer?
It depends on what it is and where it is. Like for Skype, the setup that you're on is on dark mode, but when I use it in my office, it's in light mode.
Yes. So, I like dark mode. I don't think I use it for everything, but there's some people who love it for everything, and I certainly like it for a lot of things. And so I wrote an article this week, which everyone can find on tomshardware.com, about 15 different ways that you can get dark mode. Well, some of them you basically can turn a switch and it'll do multiple instances of dark mode on your PC, so that you can actually, get that light text on a dark background. That's, for those who don't know, that's what dark mode is. Sometimes it's called dark theme or night mode. It really depends on what you're using it for, right? But anyway, so let me just show a couple of them, and let's see. Okay, so I'm gonna share my screen real quick to show exactly what. Okay, so one dark mode that is really, really key is the Windows 10 one. So if you go into personalize, off the screen here, and to colors, because you can see I'm already in it, there's a choose your default app mode, light or dark. Light is the default for Windows, but I have it set to dark. That gives me all my Windows settings menus in dark mode. It also, if you are on the latest Insider build, gives you your File Explorer in dark mode. I think that will probably be in the next Windows full release as well. So that's one. One thing you got to do for dark mode. And
it's important to note that making that change will apply to lots of things. Like a lot of like Windows 10 like UWP apps use that setting as their default, and then you can override them. Skype, for example.
Yes, so Skype can do that. However, if your Skype doesn't have that, I believe you can. Funny, because the new Skype I have on here doesn't seem to have the same menus as when I did this. But Skype. Yes. Okay. Here we go. So let me bring this over here. This is Skype, and over here it actually says choose a mode, light, dark, or Windows default. So now it's on Windows default. So if that's what you're using, this version of Skype you're using is the very latest one, which is what I have. Then it'll do it by default. But if not, you can go here and you can select it as dark mode, and that's one that you can do. Now another thing that's really key here, of course, is Microsoft Office. So I recently things look a little weird on my computer. It's because I'm actually on a new computer tonight. So anyway, so if you go to File, options, right, and you go to, I think it's under, no, it's not, sorry, I'm looking in the wrong place. You go to File, Account, and you go to Office Theme. You can do black as your theme, and you can see that you get Office in dark mode.
Wow.
Did you not know that?
I had no idea.
But I have a better one for you.
Okay.
This is even more helpful. Now, if you notice what's wrong with this picture. What's wrong with this picture? You're getting a nice dark mode on the menus, but you're still typing black text in a white background.
Sure.
Right? Well, here's what you can do. So, if you want to change the page color for an individual one, easy enough that you go to Design tab and you give it a black color page, and it will automatically give you white text. But what fun is that? Because every time you create a new document, you're going to have to do that. So what you should do is you should go to your normal.m file, which will be located in, let me find an interesting place for it. It will be located in, your C drive, users, whoever the username is, app. Is it going to give me app data or? Let's see, app data, local, app. I think it's app data roaming, Microsoft, and then Word. Wait, okay. Sorry, this is a local. Wherever your sort of template files are. I'll find it later. Anyway, if you find the normal.m file, do you know where it is by off chance?
I do not.
I have it in my article here. I'm just trying to remember off the top of my head, which is terrible. But there is the template file for everything in Word is called normal.m. Like, that's literally the name of it. And so if you can go to the folder that has it, you can, let's see, okay.
It says it should be in roaming Microsoft templates.
Yeah, so what's going on then? Anyway, if you open that file that is in users, your ID, app data, roaming, Microsoft templates, you will find the file, and you will be able to determine roaming Microsoft.
That is
Oops.
That is
It did not.
kind of a thunderous typing there, Avram.
Yes. Okay. It for some reason on this new setup it is not in the location that it's supposed to be. So sorry about that. But when you find it, you can actually save this color in your normal.m, and then every time you create a new document, it will be a black background and white text.
Okay. And does that affect, like, how other people see it, or how it prints, or is that entirely...
It probably would affect how other people see it. So but how it prints, I tried this the other day, and it will just print black on white.
Okay.
Or it should. It should. Hopefully it's not going to take the color printer and print an entire page of black or whatever. By the way, if you're a person who misses WordPerfect 5.1, there's always this. There's always the blue background.
Wow.
And by the way, what I just changed for Office is not only for Word. So like what I just changed the theme, that will also apply to Outlook and Excel, and all of those. So it's also true for a number of Google things. So for example, if you are in YouTube and you Right. So if you were in, so let's say you were here in YouTube, right? And you want this to be dark theme. You go down here and it says dark theme on off. You switch it. Now YouTube is like this, right?
Minus that giant ad at the top.
Yeah, you can't limit that, but whatever. But the other thing I'll just mention, and there's a lot more to in my article, is this. There is a plugin for Chrome, and it is also a plugin available for Firefox as well, that will make any web page you visit dark mode, even if it's not a dark web page. So let's say we go to my website, Tom's Hardware, where you'll see this on the homepage. I flip the switch and ta-da! Everything is dark mode. Now I don't guarantee it looks good because these pages weren't necessarily designed for this, but it will do inverse text, it'll invert the text and background color for you on every web page that you visit. So there's that. Plus, in your browser itself, you're going to want to install a dark theme. Firefox has one built in, but Chrome, you've got to look in the Chrome theme store. There's a whole page of dark themes. I'm running one right here. So, there's a lot of places you can go to get dark theme. Okay, so that's just a quick look at some of the ways that you can get dark mode on your PC. Check out my article on 15 ways to get dark mode on tomshardware.com to see them all.
Fantastic. Well, I learned something today because I didn't see this article get published this week. Otherwise, I would have already known it. I did not know about the Office dark mode. That's kind of cool. And I always forget that the Twitter web client has it, which I saw on the article while I was...
A lot of different websites have it.
That's
now
cool.
You can use that plugin that I showed to force it on every site, but it doesn't necessarily always work well, and a lot of sites just really aren't intended to be in dark mode.
Yeah.
So I would kind of, I think that is kind of a blunt object, and I personally would not use it unless I really had to.
My brother uses it, and it seems that all it does is essentially Photoshop Control-I. It just inverts all the colors to their opposites, and that does not always not make your eyes bleed.
Yeah. I mean, there are some advanced settings that you can pick certain websites that you want or not. But yeah, I would prefer to do it. So, but a lot of websites that you use, a lot of web tools, Gmail, YouTube, Reddit, Twitter, all have built-in dark modes, or they may call it night mode.
Well, it's a feature that I've been a fan of since Windows Phone 7, and it's nice to see it coming way more mainstream. And thank you for introducing it to me in a couple of new places.
Yeah, I figured, a lot of people probably know about some of the main places, but maybe I found a couple that people haven't heard of yet.
Sure. While you were talking, I went and discovered that even Edge has an individual setting for it. So.
Oh yes, Edge has had a program.
Pretty cool. Well, as always, Avram, thank you. You always find the interesting stuff.
Cool.